Alright, what's going on, guys? So basically, I wanted to make this not really quick video, but this video on the reason why Bomber is the best frame in the game. Well, not for everything, but for Liberators specifically. So in this video, basically, I'm going to be covering Bomber, what it is, and why it's better than High G and will always be better for specific roles. Not for specific roles, quote unquote, but basically it's going to be excluding solo libs. Solo libs, High G is still better for solo libs, but for everything else, Bomber is better. So basically what this video will cover is why it's better, how to use Bomber, and etc, like that. So you'll see a couple examples. It'll be just randomly in the video. You'll see it. You'll easily see it. It's going to be when I'm gunning and not flying. So you'll see examples of bad flying, and bad flying is in short rolling a lot, and that's just really bad flying on the pilot's part. So I'll go into details later on that, but you'll see examples of bad flying, rolling, and stuff. You'll see me missing because of rolls, and then you'll see gameplay of Bomber being put to the maximum of it could possibly be put to. So that's basically what this video is going to be about. So I'll jump right into it. So the first thing that I would like to go over is basically what rolling does to the gunner. Rolling is just generally really bad for piloting. Well, piloting at specific situations. Now, I said this quote a little bit, maybe a week ago or something, a couple days ago, to Zelt. I said, quote, "There's a time and place to roll," end quote. And that is very true with everything. Well, not with everything. With everything, with libs, that is. So basically what rolling does is it changes the angle of the Dalton dramatically. And and what it also does is it flips you over the dead zone a lot, and that's just really hard with gunning. I'll try to put one of those examples in first so you can see what that does. And basically rolling is just bad. There's a time and place for it, and basically the time to roll is when you're giving a gunner your angle. Now after you give the gunner the angle, stop rolling. That is the first thing to do. Do not freaking roll. For the love of God, do not roll when I am shooting the damn Dalton. When you do that, it just drives me insane. It drives Zelp insane too. And I know a lot of gunners are just completely oblivious to that fact. It should drive you insane, because it's not you missing when a pilot is rolling. It's not you missing. What rolling does is it makes the Dalton game a guessing game. Yes, it's already a guessing game of the sorts, but you can't predict when a pilot is rolling, and it turns it into it's just a guessing game on top of a guessing game on top of a guessing game, and it's so annoying. And it drops a player skill by a lot. So don't roll. When you're gonna give a gunner your angle, roll, or give a gunner an angle, roll, but when he is starting to shoot, do not roll. Roll when you have to. When you're doing random rolls when you don't have to, that's completely pointless, and it's messing the gunner up completely. And it's just gonna mess him up over and over and over again. When you're giving an angle and you do not have to roll, do not roll. Because it's cancer. That's all it is. And the reason Bomber is the best frame is because with High G, you have to roll. You have to roll a lot to give a gunner a good angle. With Bomber, you can turn and not have to roll. You can turn and do a lot of things and not have to. You can do a lot of things without rolling. Yes, it increases your roll speed, but yawing is so important with Bomber. Yawing is your lifeline. What you should be doing is turning with yaw. So say an ESF pilot is going straight up to your right or something. It's kind of hard to picture this, but try to picture an ESF going to your right in a lib. Roll and then start yawing. When you start yawing, that's when your gunner is going to start shooting. Because you can yaw with the ESF and still give your gunner an angle. And then you can roll a little tiny bit just to keep changing so you can still have an angle. You can still roll a little bit, but just don't go insane on the rolls. Turn with yaw. That is the #1 tip you can have with Bomber, is turn with yaw. Now, I came to VR right here for a second because I want to demonstrate what I mean by turn with yaw. Now, yaw is your AD keys, what I'm pressing right now. A and D. A, D. That's what AD is. And it's yawing. Unless you rebound those keys to something stupid. Then, yeah, they're AD. So let's pretend this tree right here is an ESF, because I don't have anyone to help me right now. So let's pretend this tree is an ESF. So when I go past the tree, I'm going to turn like this and then yaw. Let's pretend the ESF is going in a straight line to my left, going forward to the north. I'm going to yaw with the ESF, quote-unquote ESF tree, really. So I'll choose another tree to show that with. That's the ESF. and I'm gonna roll and then yaw with the ESF and pitch down. Because pitching down gives you more angle, etc. It's how it is. I can't really explain the whole pitching thing. It's kind of, you'll notice it when you start doing bomber. But tree, ESF, quote unquote, pitch up, yaw. You don't have to roll, you don't have to do anything. Your gunner has a perfect angle, and it's just completely smooth. And that's basically what I mean by 80-80, is yawing. So it's gonna be tricky when you first start using bomber. You're not gonna know when to really yaw as much as you really should, but over time you will get better at it, and you will learn when you are able to yaw, when you can yaw and when you don't really need to roll. In the beginning, you're probably gonna roll a little bit, like I did. I did that a little bit more than I should, when in some cases I could have yawed and not rolled. But pitching and yawing is what's gonna give your gunner the purest and cleanest angle you can imagine. If your gunner misses at that point, it's his fault, or it's just, you know, bad luck or something like that, something he couldn't predict or something, etc., etc., etc. So knowing when to yaw is, well, really knowing bomber itself is going to come with practice. That's all it's going to be, is just practice with your gunner. So go out with bomber and practice a lot. You will learn when you can yaw and when to roll exactly. I have a really smooth clip that I did, and it was just the perfect combination of rolling and yawing. It gave pristine angles, and Zell just destroyed it, basically. It was a really nice clip, and I'll try to fit that somewhere near this bit of the commentary, but that's basically all it is just, you really just need to practice and learn bomber, so you get really good with it. So you'll have most of the examples you'll need in the video, I hope. It should definitely be. You're having some good, well, we were having some good success, quote unquote. We were doing really good with bomber, just because it's what it is. Bomber is really good. When your pilot does it right, that's another thing I want to mention, is if your pilot is flying bomber wrong, it's just worse than IG. Just don't even bother with it. If your pilot can't and won't learn how to fly it properly, just don't give him bomber. But if he does fly it right, it's going to be the best frame you've ever experienced. Now, a tip I wanted to go over was lib versus lib stuff, because I found this tricky too. Was when I was finding libs, I was going straight head on, you know, like normal libs would do with IG and stuff, and I was finding I couldn't pitch up because you don't have enough pitch. You don't have a lot of pitch anymore. I couldn't pitch up and give the gunner a quick angle, and we kept getting hit at least once before the Dalton fight even started because they could pitch up faster than me. So what you're gonna want to do is go on your side with bomber, and you're gonna tank bust from the side. Now this is gonna be a little weird for you, but it's also gonna be weird for with the other lib, because he doesn't know what you're doing. He's a little confused on that. So he's gonna miss a couple shots at least, maybe. And basically what it does is, once you learn it, you're gonna be able to tank bust really well and give a Dalton gunner maybe even a quicker angle than IG can give. It's just amazing. So basically you're on your side. You're going face to face with a lib, tank busting. You're on your side, and after you tank bust, you pitch up and yaw to the left, or to the right, or whichever one it is, whichever one you need to do to give a quick angle. And what that does is it's just amazing. It's just that simple as it is. It's amazing. That's all it is. So basically, it's sideways, head on, and then as soon as you pass, yaw to the left, or pitch up a little bit too. So that's about it for tank busting and fighting libs. And in circle fights, it's pretty easy. You can actually give small little dodges in the fight by yawing and going left and right. But the biggest thing that will dodge Dalton rounds is afterburning randomly, because it'll make the other gunner miss, or maybe even sometimes hit you if he's bad. But that's about it for fighting libs. Just basically a circle fight. That's about it. And just practice. That's about it. So to recap this video, it's basically bomber yawing and knowing when to yaw, because you can yaw and give an angle a lot, because rolling with a lib is suicide for your gunner. He is going to be so confused and not know what to do. It changes the angle way too much. It's very bad. So bomber gives yawing, and yawing equals very pristine and smooth angles when you know how to do it correctly. And that will come with practice. And that's really what it is. With the small tips I gave you and the fact that you should really try out bomber and get good with it, I leave you here with this video, or leave you here off now to watch the rest of the clips and stuff if you wish to. We got a lot of good clips, at least on my part, from piloting and learning it and quote unquote mastering it. I said I wanted to master bomber by the end of this video to Zell by the end of the time that I made this, and I think I'm getting there. Not yet mastered, but getting close at least. So I leave you guys off here for now. Enjoy Bomber. Have a great day. Peace out. One thing I forgot was for hovering targets, stop moving. This is something that a lot of my pals do, and it's annoying. They'll basically just like do random circles over the target that's hovering there, doing nothing, and they'll do random rolls in between fighting that target. And the target, basically we're at high altitudes, and the target is ESF, quote unquote, or not quote unquote. I say that way too much, quote unquote. But anything hovering like an ESF or a Liberator hovering, completely stop to the side or above the ESF, and then all you have to do, all the gunner has to do is just shoot directly in the center of it, and it'll hit. No guessing game with the whole, flying over it and stuff. But that's also another thing. When ESFs are coming straight at you, if it's just one ESF, completely stop and give a side angle. I have that in this video a couple times too, at least I think. Or I know I do, but it should be in here somewhere. But basically, ESFs hovering, completely still, stop moving, and give gunner a shot if you can. If it's too dangerous, don't do it. And then an ESF's coming straight at you, turn to your side or whatever, and stop moving completely. If it's just one, if it's multiple ESFs, then it gets a little more complicated, but that's a whole nother video basically. So yeah, see you guys later. Peace out.
Oh. Oh god. That's a big boo-boo. Oh my god. Look at Colin Jr. over here.
Are we on fire? Oh. Your lip skills have just improved by 100%. Kind soul plays. I know. Such a good samurai.
Oh my god. Oh
Are we? I'm sorry, I'm no HUD. I don't know things. Yeah.
Well, I'm at it.